affinity for longer track trail sleds is no secret. Yes, there's definitely a fun, flickable likability to a 120 or 121, but for pretty much all of us here at SnowTrax TV, the added traction and better ride quality of the longer track sleds is definitely worth the trade-offs. All of this is true when we're speaking about longer track sleds in general, but when we get more specific, there are often even more benefits to having a longer footprint, and these benefits will be different from sled to sled. Ski-Doo's 2019 Renegade X-RS isn't anything new, and it's not drastically different than last year's model. To be honest, it's not different at all from last year's model. But revisiting this sled brings with it the opportunity to discuss a little further what we think is great about it, and go into more detail about why we feel this way. For starters, and back to my original point, the Renegade X-RS handles better than the MXZ X-RS, and here's why. Ski-Doo's Gen 4 chassis is pretty incredible, both in its engineering and its performance. It's hard to find many faults with this platform at all, but if we had to come up with one, it would be the handling. While not at all bad, the handling of this sled is far less settled and predictable than others in its class. We attribute this to its geometry combined with an extreme forward riding position. Some people would say that the precision of this sled is all they care about and it's enough for them to love it. I'm not one of those people. Here's why the Renegade is, in our opinion, the better choice when it comes to a G4 Ski-Doo. The longer track length helps settle down the front end of the sled. It actually makes this sled easier to handle and more predictable. Combine that with more traction and a better ride, and you've got one stellar package. Combine it all with Ski-Doo's 850cc stump puller, and you've got a thing of beauty. The goodness of the 850 can't be overstated. Nearly everything about this motor borders on perfection, and on a day-to-day basis, we have nothing but praise for it. With that said, the only thing we don't like about it, and we're getting pretty nitpicky on this one, is the vibration through the handlebars. It's not extreme, and it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely noticeable, and it's something you need to keep in mind when you're weighing your new sled buying options. Ski-Doo's P-Drive primary is almost as important a piece of technology to the snowmobile industry as E-Tech was. Lightning fast back shifts and giving the engine the ability to hit peak shift RPM almost all the time gives this sled a feeling you simply don't get anywhere else. Again, we have to get a bit nitpicky here though, and this one has absolutely nothing to do with the clutches themselves. It's all about how the clutches have been tuned. All of us here at SnowTrax agree that this clutching setup is just a little bit too aggressive on initial engagement. It's actually difficult to take off from a dead stop without spinning the track on an 850 Ski-Doo. The engine is crisp and runs super clean, but engagement is abrupt. This abrupt feeling continues as you attempt to drive the sled smoothly at slow speeds. Once you're rolling, this problem all but disappears, but again, it's something to note if you're shopping in this class. Ski-Doo has become extremely well known for the industry's highest finish standards, and everything about the 2019 Renegade X-RS oozes build quality. From the fit of the bodywork to the finish on the tunnel, all the way up to the look and feel of the switchgear, Ski-Doo does quality like nobody else. And this goes a long way when you're dropping serious coin on a brand new top-of-the-line sled.
If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTrax TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTrax TV YouTube channel.